What's up, comic fans? And it's time for that new comic book day haul plus review. So we got some 50 centers, plus we got some books from this week, and we'll get into it all right after this. Welcome back, comic fans. All right, I don't know. I'm excited. It's like good weather, so I'm gonna enjoy the rest of the summer while it's still here, right? Hope you guys do too. All right, let's get into it. Let's start off with those 50 centers. All right, you know the rules. No, I don't know if you know the rules. Could be your first time here. Anyway, I usually just kind of do a theme. So loose theme. This week is just DC. All right, DC with that the round DC label. Here we go. I mean this guy right here, Dindica, right? There's that Dindisha. Not really. That one really doesn't have. It's just a circle. I guess more I'm talking about this box right here. Oh, you saw the next book. Anyway. These were all from the 50 Cent Warehouse. These are all 50 centers. This is Secret Files and Origins, The Flash. I know it says $2 right there. You're like, gotcha. No, you didn't. It went from the $2 bin to the 50 cent bin. It doesn't even have a backboard. Look at that. They took the backboard out. Anyway, this is from November of '99. At least that's what the date says. Who knows? But yeah, you had a new costume, new friends, new rogues. There's some new stuff in here. Brand new. So we'll see what's in this Secret Files and Origins, The Flash. All right, next up we have Detective Comics. This is 638. I think Scott Hampton. I don't know who did the cover. But yeah, 50 cents. It's a Detective Comics, 638. It's approved by the Comics Code, so that's cool. Yeah, Peter Milligan, Jim Aparo, Mike DiCarlo. So I picked that up. 50 cent Batman. Why not? What's the worst that happens? I give it to somebody, or I turn around and flip it for $1. Make 100% profit on that. Anyway, that's going into PC though. At least until I figure that my PC gets too big and it's gotta go. All right, next up we have from Reign of Tomorrow, Superboy, #1 from the pages of Superman. Superboy comes in around the time of death of Superman, right? Superman dies. Superboy, Steel, the Eradicator, I think the Eradicator, maybe the Eradicator came before that. Cyborg Superman, right? These guys all pop up to take the mantle of Superman, and Superboy gets his own little spin-off series out of that. So there you go. That's Superboy Connor. All right. Next up, we got. This is not even bagged and board. I gotta get a bag and board on this one. We got Superman Action Comics number 702, Bloodsport. This is the second Bloodsport, not the second appearance of Bloodsport, because the original Bloodsport appears earlier on. That's the one you see from the Suicide Squad movies, Suicide Squad movies, and then this Bloodsport is a second iteration of Bloodsport. Pops up later in the comics. Still remember when that Bloodsport comic, the first appearance, was like $1 book. Now it's like, I don't know, $10 book. Last but not least, we have the Adventures of Superman number 500. This is the return of Superman. This is still polybagged, believe it or not. I mean, the bag has got a little damage on it, but still in the bag. It's got a removable, translucent cover. The Superman 500. 8 extra story pages. There is one Bloodlines trading card featuring 4 new Supermen. So the Death of Superman bag is the black one. That one tends to be about a $10 book. This one you could still find in $50 and $1 bins. So one day this will be a $2 to $5 book. But anyway, guys, those were my 50 cent pickups from the 50 Cent Warehouse. All right, let's get into this week's books. Let's go. All right, let's do it. Let's get into it. Let's go. I don't know why. All right, I'm still a little bit behind on Action Comics, so this is 1089. I have not read it. I have not read it yet. Misu's Jar Jar Binks, come for comic relief. Honey. Outtake or leave it in? I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, we have Superman Action Comics 1089, Visions of Destruction. So Mark Waid is writing this right now. And what Mark Waid is doing is kind of giving us a Superboy story, all right? So he's giving us some origins and some backstories and, some prequel action. So that's not too bad. All right, here's a DC comic that I read. This is Maxwell Prince and Martin Marazzo. I always get that wrong. Anyway, with Chris O'Halloran. Right? And they've done Super Knight, the Kryptonite Spectrum. Basically, they found, I believe it's 4 different new strains or types of kryptonite. And Superman's idea is to, hey, let's try them all on me. He enlists Batman. He's trying to keep Lex Luthor in the dark, but that's really not going to work. And in this one, he takes, I guess it's called Special K. You name it Special K, what do you think is going to happen? Anyway, it kind of gives him, or it messes, I wouldn't say it gives him time travel, it messes with his perception of time. So his time is all messed up. He's seeing things before they happen, and then things happen, and these things he saw happen, and it's just weird. His brain just doesn't know how to process information. But it's a fun book. It's a good one. It's Black Label, so you don't have to worry about it affecting continuity in any way, at least until DC says otherwise. But it's a fun book, and it's from the guys who do the Ice Cream Man. So if you ever read that story, it's kind of an anthology book, but they definitely have a certain style and art, and they kind of did a good job transferring it over to Superman. All right, we're switching gears. We're off to the indies. We have Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger number 8. I'm behind on this one too, so we'll catch up on it. I do like the cover though. This is Bjorn Barons. So Bjorn's been doing some good covers for the Spawn series. All right. Next up, we have Hell Hath Arisen, Part 5 of the Spawn series, number 367. Spawn's gone up to $3.99. That makes me sad, but whatever. I'm behind on Spawn too, so we will catch up on that. Pretty good Spawn cover here, though. All right, next up from the indies, we're still in Image, but this is the Skybound imprint, right? We have Daniel Warren Johnson and Jorge Corona on Transformers. This is issue number 23. Daniel Warren Johnson's run, I believe, on Transformers is coming to an end really soon. And I'm not sure if that means the whole Transformers run is coming to an end as well. We'll see. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can just Google it or read about it. But in this one, right, Optimus is kind of down for the count. He's gone through so much battle damage. He's also infected. He wore Megatron's arm for a little bit. That seems to have infected him in a couple ways. And he's just out, basically almost dead. Some people would assume he is dead. Anyway, Ultra Magnus returns, gives an impassioned speech to the rest of the Transformers. Basically, he's like, since the day I saw Optimus Prime, I always wanted to be him. And he's like, on the outside, I am strong, but on the inside, I am nowhere near as capable and as strong as Optimus Prime. And he's like, but guys, if there's ever a time to show how much we respect and how much we want to be like Optimus, this is the moment. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's punch some Decepticons in the face, right? That's paraphrasing. That's not really what he said in the comic, but that's what I took from it. And they go to battle to defend Optimus Prime to the end, and then Optimus does rise up at the end. Megatron's there, and one will stand, or one shall stand, one shall fall. So, or however it goes. I probably didn't say it right. But man, I get chills just thinking about it, all right? So I'm really, really interested in issue number 24. So I like to support a couple of different LCSs, and another one I went to had the 1 in 10 at cover price. So $3.99, not ratio price, not $10, not $8, not whatever. So that's cool. These are connecting covers too. So I got the Ultra Magnus cover. Very cool. All right, switching gears again. We're off to Marvel. And this book I didn't read out of Marvel. We're a little bit behind on Miles Morales' Spider-Man. So I've got some good books to catch up on. I've been trying to catch up on the indies though, with the exception of Spawn, right? So I'm a little bit behind on Spawn, but I've been trying to catch up on some of the other books I've missed out on. But we will get into these primetime players, the P.T. Pierce of the comic world. But what we did read was from Stephanie Phillips, Bring on the Bad Guys, Red Skull. All right, really good read. You see Captain America's shield there. Captain America doesn't really appear in here per se, right? He doesn't affect the storyline in any way except for the fact that Mephisto has promised Red Skull Captain America's soul. There is a caveat: Captain America's got to give his soul to Mephisto, so there's that. But besides for that thing, definitely worth a read. Check it out. Bring on the Bad Guys, Red Skull. Good. Probably on the same level as like Abomination. Not as whimsical as the Loki one. Maybe not as compelling as Green Goblin and Doctor Doom. But this one really focuses on what makes the Red Skull who he is, right? He's vanilla, right? What you see is what you get. All right, moving on. We've got the next book. We got Marvel Treasury Edition, The Fabulous Fantastic Four. But not really. It's Fantastic Four #2. This is the Disney What If covers. So they've moved on to the Fantastic Four. I've been collecting these for a little bit. So yeah, another cool cover to have. I know some people have been chasing these, so I've been getting those. And then I also got Fantastic Four #2, the Scotty Young. These are part of a connecting cover collection. Yeah, bought them at different LCSs. Like I said, I like to support different shops. So if a book has a cover that I like, but I already have the book, I may buy, a cover or two just to throw them some money. Cool thing was that same shop knows I like ASM a lot. Knew this book was gonna sell out, so they gave me a copy, or they didn't give it to me. They put it to the side, so if I wanted it, I could have it. But The Amazing Spider-Man, this is issue number 9, right? Yep. The J. Scott Campbell collection, the Just Spectacular collection. So I got one of these MJ covers, which is cool. I think the 1 in 100, which is the Virgin variant of that, goes for a lot of money right now. So pretty crazy. Ultimate Spider-Man, Spider-Man Incursion, Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion, issue 3, with Miles Morales. So Miles chases Billy, who falls into the Ultimate Universe. He's been chasing her around, and his travels leads him to Japan after the Silver Samurai has basically kidnapped Billy. He runs into the X-Men who help him to find Billy. And right as he's about to retrieve Billy, what happens? Magic in her, sword. She manages to cut through the fabric of reality itself, snatch Billy, and drags her along. And Miles is like, no! But yeah, it brings her back to Russia. So that's where I assume that Miles is traveling next in this book. He's been all over the Ultimate Universe. All right, we're getting a little taste of the Ultimate Universe through the eyes of Miles as he tries to save his infant sister Billy. A lot of stuff there. We got the Peach Momoko cover because we are in the Japan, the X-Men world that Peach Momoko has been writing and drawing. So that's why we got the Peach Momoko cover for this issue. All right, guys. Last but not least, we have the Ultimates number 15. All right, we got about 3 months left, I believe, until the maker shows up, and the Ultimates are going around. They're trying to recruit as many of these super powered individuals as possible. This is going to bring them the direction of Shang-Chi, who's just a young boy at this point. And big thing is, like, they want to try to get there before the Hulk gets there. And well, they kind of failed because the Immortal Fist of the Hulk is there, like 235 or something. Hulk 2, whatever his name is. Anyway, after a big fight, which sees the Ultimates have a Hulk of their own, She-Hulk see the She-Hulk kind of rage out in spectacular fashion. We get the Ultimates possibly recruiting Shang-Chi. So, good book. I enjoy it. The Ultimates is probably the second best Ultimates book out there, for me anyway, behind Ultimate Spider-Man. So I rank Spider-Man and then the Ultimates underneath that. Those are probably my top two Ultimate books. All right, comic fans, that was my comic haul plus review, right? Just a little bit of review with some 50 centers. If you like the content, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up. That's the same as like. And comment down below, all right? So, yeah, I like to repeat myself. Give me a like, give me a thumbs up. Just making sure we cover all the bases. All right, so that's it, guys. I'm gonna do what I do what you do. I'm gonna get ready for next week's books. Peace, deuces, we're out. Chink. Captain America. Not Captain America. Bring on the bad guys.